In an industry hurtling towards centralized access of data, the narrative on security is a long and protracted one. According to the Indian government, there has been a 136% surge in cyber attacks in the past year alone. Biz Infotech had an exclusive chat with Mr. Sunil Sharma, Vice President Sales and Operations of Indian security giant CyberRoam. In our conversation, we talked about rising cyber threats, next generation technologies, and the future of CyberRoam.
For example, now even our internet is also, kind of on an attack. Like you have SSL encryption, normally on the internet, whenever you send any data, it is encrypted. But what's happening is today with the, attacks like Heartbleed, which is primarily a vulnerability which they have found in the such kind of online communication, and they are able to decrypt or find out what exactly messaging which is going on from point A to point B. I think that itself talking about that as we are moving on in terms of IT consumerization, and I'm sure that as we move on to the next wave of technology, this surge is bound to happen, and it is primarily the cyber crimes, and they are absolutely organized cyber crime activists who are doing all this, and it's a industry which is a billion dollar industry. So that's the whole objective behind the cyber crimes, and whole objective behind the surge in the malware and phishing and whatever you talk and call them as attacks.
But what about India? Where is our country placed in the landscape of cyber attacks? Surprising as it may seem, Mr. Sharma says that according to surveys, India ranks number 1 in malware production. Even more surprising, he says our country lands on the number 3 spot in cyber attacks. So why then is our country so particularly vulnerable to cyber criminals?
There are various reasons. One is the know-how. Okay, so security. When we talk about security, even in layman's language, when you talk about your home security, the first thing which we need to be aware is that as to how and what to prioritize. So where is our, the most important and precious things in which particular room, and what kind of security which we have provided? What is the main gate? So it is a know-how and understanding of security and prioritizing that as per the budget and money which you have. So the point is, India is the most vulnerable, and hence maximum number of phishing attacks. If you see, today these kind of attacks have reached to the common man. So people are getting, your lottery ticket, this and that, and they are depositing money. The problem is that they are not aware. So knowledge sharing is, I think we are trying to do as much as possible, but still I feel that knowledge sharing has to be done on a broader level. That's point number 1. Point number 2 is, I still feel that India in terms of cybercrime policy, we are still lagging behind. So we still need to strengthen our cybercrime laws and awareness about them. Number 3 is the technical awareness with the police, with our police or with our system is also very low. That also needs to be strengthened up and beefed up.
However, corporate espionage and overpaid hackers are not the only factors that have led to a renewed interest in advanced security applications. Apart from technological advancement, another major hit to traditional firewalls is the business models surrounding them. Legacy firewalls have traditionally had multiple other components which need to be purchased separately. A one-box solution for all services never seemed a business reality until now.
It's like one theory and one approach which people had it starting from 2000 when the IDS came into the picture, when the content filtering came into the picture. They were separate appliances, separate security solutions by different companies. But as we moved on, somebody coined a word called UTM, which was talking about Unified Threat Management, and it was actually a combination of various small modules which were selling like standalone solutions. But today the industry, the way it is, like earlier I used to sell IPS in my previous company for 2 gig kind of an IPS, and I used to charge 50 lakh rupees. But today even the UTM, like you have a firewall throughput of 200 gig, and out of that you are able to give 20 gig kind of an IPS throughput. Wow. And at a very, very cost effective price to customers. So customers, I have seen in this particular change which is happening, the way industry is evolving, starting from SMB, SME and enterprise class of customers have also started going for such kind of solutions. So the answer to your question is yes, there is a kind of complete integrated solutions which are available. Like Cyberroam offers this kind of solution to their customers. On one appliance you have all kind of modules, starting from whether IPS, whether antivirus, whether anti-malware, whether it's content filtering. It's all part and parcel of our complete solution offering which we give it to our customers.
This is where next generation firewalls comes into the picture. NGFs bundle all of these different components into a single stop solution powered by deep packet inspection technology.
When I think next generation firewall, the terminology has come out from a very basic stuff which says next generation. Today what you buy should be able to get utilized tomorrow. Today, if you are doing an investment on network security appliance, should be able to take care of your need 2 years, 3 years down the line. It shouldn't be happening that today you have bought something and tomorrow somebody says, oh sorry, this is obsolete now. You need to go for something else. So the whole budgeting which you have done as a CIO or an IT manager for your company is just, is waste. And you again look for more budgets from your company. The point is, when you say next generation, I think the way we have put the extensible architecture and designing to the whole appliances and solutions is the basis of next generation firewall. So what exactly it takes care of? Today you have an architecture, you are a small organization, and you think that the copper link is more than sufficient to take care of your bandwidth need. And the bandwidth, you just need a copper connection. Tomorrow you say, no, I need a gigabit kind of a connection because the requirement has gone up, my company is growing and I need to take care of this growth and obviously the requirement and the need. So the same appliance, the same solution, by just addition of one card should be able to take care. Not the, let's say you bought something at 10 lakh rupees. Now you just need to spend only 25,000 to 50,000 rupees. You won't mind that.